Welcome back to my channel, JussRighteousWaterFlows. Chosen ones, hear this. You have a very heightened sense of discernment to the point that the probability of you figuring out what somebody may be experiencing behind closed doors or what they may go through in the future is very high. The chance of you figuring that out is literally like 4 to 5. It's like an 80% and higher. Hear this. Let me keep it real with you. There's even some chosen ones out there that they can even probably like 100%, figure out what's gonna happen next. Not saying that they're gonna be able to pick up the future like that, but they can literally do the hypothesis and 9 times out of 10 get the right answer majority of the times. Why? Because they are God's chosen. And when you carry this type of ability, chosen ones, hear this. You are different, and you are going to intimidate these people that come across your path in your life, whether it be strangers, family, friends, etc. Right? We speak about this. I speak about this in videos plenty of times, chosen ones. But I just want to just remind somebody today, because you have this sense of discernment and just knowing and understanding what's going on, and God gives you for different downloads on what's coming next. Hear this. You're going to not get along with many people. You're probably going to find yourself being single a lot of times, maybe in and out of what you think might be something to be a relationship. And usually these things are shaping you up. So I just want to encourage you, chosen ones, don't let these moments stop you from being able to understand that the right person and the right people for you will be able to understand you eventually on your path. You see, sometimes the enemy wants you to believe that because other people don't have the probability and discernment, skills and gifts like the chosen ones have, sometimes we lose hope. Sometimes, we go through it. But I want to encourage you, don't let these moments stop you from knowing that eventually God will. He will allow you to see the difference. And sometimes that's more important than just having what you want when you want it, having the right person to, do a project with, or, be in a relationship with, or, travel somewhere, whatever the case is, right? Figuring out the right people for whatever projects or tasks and goals you may be on the path of accomplishing. Chosen ones, hear this. Sometimes it's hard to actually know. And this is why I'm making this video, to inform the chosen ones today. You have a very heightened sense of discernment and probability skills. You pick up on what things are like and what's really going on without even knowing people sometimes. Very, very sensitive. To the point that it brings a bit of grief in your mindset, get a little bored. But only thing is, now you just have to stay on that high vibe and make sure that you on that high vibe enough so that you can meet the same people who's on the same vibe, and you're open to accept them just as much as they should be open to accept you as well too. Because sometimes, chosen ones, we'll put up a guard, and we'll sometimes have this once we think we know something about somebody, we sometimes think like we know, until we have to think about it, remind ourselves hey, look, let me make sure I get a good understanding of who a person is. We're very patient, very empathetic. At first we're going to, of course, judge because we got to analyze what's around us. But once we put our, mind to it, and we get to the conclusion of what it is that we've come across with in our life, whether it be, making a partnership, or like I said, relationship or whatnot, or some type of task with the next individual and ourselves, we will know. We'll definitely get it by then. After certain, it's very, very short time before we get very, very quick. Give us probably a few minutes, and we're gonna understand who it is we're dealing with it when it comes down to anything that we get ourselves in. So I just want to encourage you, chosen ones, don't let nobody make you feel like they can play games with you or confuse you or throw you off. Hear this. You have that discernment for a reason. It's a gift. It's different. You need to cherish it, because this is what's going to help you avoid time from wasting time with people Sometimes you have to really look at people and judge them, not to judge them on how you treat them bad or good. No, you judge them to understand who they are. So you know where they are placed in your life, whether that be a stranger you meet, whatever. If they're just a stranger walking the street, that's who they are. But if there's somebody in the same field as you, okay, they might be that, or they might be somebody who's going through something in your life and they're completely opposite of you. And if you're not aware, the enemy could use this person to attack you. And if you're not aware of certain things, the enemy could use this person to distract you. This enemy could use anybody. Just a scenario I'm putting out there. Come across different people. Always be mindful, because everybody's discernment is not like yours. They come from a different background, and the enemy is using random people in today's time and right now to attack the chosen ones. Because once the enemy sees that you cut off certain people that were a hindrance in your life, God is going to heighten and give you some, more discernment on your journey and on your path. So that means that now you have to really keep your eyes open, chosen, because now you have discernment. Now the enemy is going to try to use a different way to try to distract you, or maybe make you not really understand the difference between who people are on your path. No, never be confused. What you went through in your life and the trial tribulations was for a reason, and now God is about to bring people with better quality. Do not stop doing what it is that you're doing to get to where you are today, because the minute that you go back, that's the minute that the enemy is going to have you. And he's trying to block you from keeping them seats available for them new people that are better matched with who you are, better matched with the purpose that God called for you. I'm telling you, your discernment is no game out here. You got people out here jealous of you, and sometimes you think they're jealous of you because of just how you look, or your, regular gifts, like, talents like singing, dancing, right? It might be whatever. And that could be something. But the truth is, if they ever got a chance to really see who God created you to be on the inside out, they would definitely be jealous. Because if everything that was valuable on our inside was shown on our outside, everybody we look at in the street, everywhere we go, would be completely different, because our truths would be 100% revealed. Just an example. And God does that in his own way, in his own time. God reveals the value of people to certain people at certain times, because God knows how to control things without having to always just, take action on it. Sometimes God control things over time internally within people. He'll be working on somebody's heart. They might not be ready to go for a job. They may be going through trial and tribulation for 5-10 years before they're ready to go to do a certain career, or before they're ready to go and build some type of friendship or partnership. Like, you got people who go through different things, and I just want to encourage you, chosen ones, don't forget who God made you to be. Like, you going through everything you've been through because God knows that once you get this message that he's really been trying to get to you during your whole entire life, which is that you are enough for everything coming your way. You've always been enough. It's always been inside you. Hear them telling you. So when people come around and your discernment start to kicking off, and you start to picking up to who's around you easier and easier every day, just know you're doing something right. It's getting quiet. It's getting silent. You know why? Because God is preparing you for this bigger war that's coming up next. Trust in what I'm telling you. The enemy is plotting, always plotting. So you have to be ready to be doing the works for the Lord all the time, 24/7. I'm keeping it real with you. Everything you do should be aligning yourself up to fulfilling the purpose and to answering the call that God has for you. And that doesn't even have to always be perfect, because it's really left in God's hands. You're just doing your best. Your best is perfect. Your best. That means don't do less. Do as much as you can to be your best. And God sees your effort behind the scenes. God is omnipresent. bird's eye view watching your situations right now. This is why you have the discernment you have. This is why you go through that loneliness. Because you have the heart to endure. You have the heart to forgive and love other people. This is the reason why God had to separate you. Hear this. Hopefully this resonates with the right ones, chosen ones. Like I said, you have that discernment for a reason. Not everybody was able to take the patience that you have and love through in the storm. Hear this. So this is why God is going to make sure that you shine double time in the sunshine. Hopefully this resonate. Like I said, peace, just righteous water flows. I got to go. Just want to give y'all this positive word today that God put on my spirit. I'll get back to y'all soon, y'all. One love.